Hello, welcome back to my channel, Lickle Dashy Creations. In this video today, I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute beanie hat. I have made loads of these for people over the winter and everybody loves them so much, and they are so quick and easy to make that I just had to share it with you. So let's get right to it. Okay, so for this hat, this is a standard adult size, so just a normal adult head this will be fitting, so that will be the sizings for it. The yarn that I'm going to be using is this like tweedy yarn. This is from Hobbycraft. It's a 5mm Aran, so I've got my 5mm crochet hook. Okay, so we're going to start off for this hat. Like I say, this is a standard adult size, and we're going to start off by chaining 54 to start this hat. So grab your yarn, and bearing in mind this is a 5mm yarn. If your yarn is going to be bigger or smaller, you may have to adjust the size, but for the purposes of this video, with a 5mm hook and a 5mm yarn, we're going to start our first chain. We're going to chain 54. And so I now have my chain of 54. And we're just going to start this setup row off by just doing a double crochet into each stitch along, but we're going to start from the second stitch on the hook. But what we're going to do, we're going to do it into the back loop, so we're just going to turn our chain slightly, and then we're going to do a double crochet into each stitch along. A little bit tricky to begin with, but it's just that back loop, and I would count each stitch as well. By the end of this, you should have 53 stitches, so 53 times all the way along until you get to the other end. But it would be worth just counting each one just to make sure that you don't miss one. Okay, so once you've done your 53 stitches, just count them as you go along to make sure that you have got your 53, just so that you haven't missed any anywhere. And then we're going to start our pattern, and this is a 4-row repeat pattern, but for the first 15 stitches on every row on this end, we're going to be doing a back loop double crochet, and this is going to form the ribbon and the ridge effect for your hat. So at this point, we're just going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work, and for the next 15 stitches we're going to do a back loop double crochet. So that's a UK back loop double crochet. So we're not going to go through both of the loops, we're just going to go through the back and do 1 double crochet. So we're going to do that for 15 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is the beginning of our ribbon effect. We're then going to start the first set of repeat stitches, and this is a simple sedge stitch. And if you've seen any of my other videos, I just love this sedge stitch. It's such an easy stitch to do. It's not labour intensive. Once you get into the flow of it, it just builds so quickly, and it's what causes these little bobble effects here. So the way that we do a simple sedge stitch is we're going to do 3 stitches into this next stitch, and those stitches are going to be a double crochet, a half treble and a treble all into the same stitch. So in the next one we're going to go through both loops this time. It's not the back loop, and we're going to do a double crochet, We're then going to do a half treble all into the same stitch. And then we're then going to do a treble into the same stitch as well. So yarn over, all into the same one, pull through two, pull through two. So this is our first sedge stitch. We're then going to skip the next two. So skip this one and go into the third one along and do exactly the same again. So skip, skip, double crochet, yarn over, same stitch, half treble, and the wool is getting sticky on my fingers, and then same stitch with your treble. Crochet, I'm going to do that all the way along until we've got 7 stitches remaining. So I'll see you at the end when you've got 7 stitches remaining. Okay, so at the end now I've got 7 stitches remaining. So if we've done our stitch count correct, we will have 15 back loop double crochets to begin with, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sedge stitches with 7 stitches remaining. So we're going to finish the row off by skipping 2 and doing a double crochet in that third one along. That should then leave you with 4 stitches remaining, where we're going to do 4 back loop double crochets into each of these, and this is going to be where the top of the hat is. So back loops, and there's 4. Right to the end, and that's the completion of the row. We're then going to mirror what we've done right down the other side. So we're going to start by chaining 1, we're going to turn, and then we'll do 4 back loop double crochets into the top of there. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll work our way along doing the sedge stitch again. So we'll do our first one into this double crochet here. So we're going right through with our double crochet, our half treble and our treble all into that same stitch. We're then going to skip the top 2 and into this stitch here, which was the double crochet from the previous round. That's the stitch that we're going to be working into. So all the way through with your double crochet, same stitch, half treble and your treble. So all the way along until you get to your 15 stitches. So skip 2, find that double crochet, and we'll do our double, a treble, half treble rather, and our treble. And we're going to do that all the way along until we get to those 15 back loop double crochets that we did to begin the round. So I'll meet you back when we get to that point. I've made my way right along the end. I'm just at the very last sedge stitch that we did here. So we're just going to simply do 1 double crochet into that first double crochet of the sedge stitch of the row before. And then from there, we're back down to our 15 ribbon stitches. So for the next 15 stitches, just like we did on the first row, we're just going to do a back loop double crochet, so through the back all the way down right to the end. And I would count your stitches because it's very easy to miss the very end one, so always make sure you're doing your 15 ribbon stitches. It just makes it safe that you don't lose track of stitches. should always be 15 stitches in the beginning bit for your ribbon, and then 4 at the very top in between your 11 sets of sedge stitch. So I'm just going to continue right to the end here with my back loop double crochet. Whoops, make sure I get through them both there. Oopsie. And there we go. So we're right at the end, and we're going to repeat this exactly what we've done another 2 times. So we're going to do our 15 back loop stitches followed by our 11 sets of sedge stitch, and then end with our 4 back loop double crochets. So to start off with, we're always going to chain 1 before we turn, and then we're going to do our 15 back loops, and then our sedge stitch. So we're going to do that another 2 times. So we're going to go all the way along and then all the way back again, and I will see you back when you get to that point. Okay, so I have completed my 4-row repeat now. So if you've done the same, you'll have something that looks like this. So this is it. So the next 4 rows are going to be creating this ribbon effect here, these little lines, and this is the most simple part of it. They are simply going to be a back loop double crochet, and we're going to do that 4 times. So we're going to start always by chaining 1 and turning your work, and literally right the way across you're just going to do a back loop double crochet. So that'll be, you should have 53 stitches. Always worth just keeping an eye on that stitch count to ensure that you're still on track. But all you're going to do is do this back loop double crochet all the way along. You're going to chain 1 at the end, turn and work your way all the way back again, and you're going to do that a total of 4 times. So back loop double crochet all the way to the end, chain 1, turn, and then I will see you when you have done that 4 times. Okay, so now that you've done your 4 rows of back loop double crochet, you should have something that is looking like this, and this is going to be our pattern repeat for the whole garment. So we're going to do 4 rows of the sedge stitches followed by 4 rows of this back loop double crochet. I'm going to do that for this hat. I did a total of 78 rows all in. I mean, we've already done 8 rows already, so we've just got another 70 to do. It might sound a lot, but once you get into this stitch, it is such a quick and easy stitch. So it just surprises me how it builds so quickly. So I will leave you with that. Just, you can rewind the video, just repeat what we've done until you have 78 rows in total. So another 70 to go. Your last 2 rows will just be 2 rows of the back loop double crochet. It won't be 4, but I'll see you at the end there when you have your total of 78 rows. So that's 4 rows of your sedge stitch followed by 4 rows of your back loop double crochet. Always remember to do your 15 back loop double crochets to begin with. I would count those in to make sure that this stays nice and straight, and we'll see you when you're up to 78 rows. Okay, so I've completed my rows now, my 78 rows all the way along. The last 2 were just 2 of the back loop double crochet, just done 2 rows of them, because at the beginning of the rows we've got our chain and our setup row, so together when we put them together it will kind of make the 4, if that makes any sense. But we've finished that now, so it's time to join it together. And you can decide at this point which side you want to be out facing, or you can have it reversible if you want, if you're not going to put a pom-pom on there. But they're slightly different each side. If you look, this one has the 2 ridges showing, or this is a really nice side as well. But I think I'm going to have this side as my out showing one. So choose the one that you want. We're going to join these together. So we're going to do it so it's inside out. So this is going to be my outside. So I'm going to have that and just fold it over. And we're going to join them together. It's completely up to you how you join. You can crochet them together. I'm going to stitch this together. So I've already threaded my wool needle. Pop them together. And I'm just going to go through each stitch evenly all the way along. Okay, so I've stitched right up the side of my hat there. So I've got this tube now. And now I'm going to keep my yarn on. I'm not going to disconnect it just yet because we're going to use this to pull the top in as well. So we're just going to go around and just catch the top of each of these stitches along there and just all the way around. And use this just to pull the top of the hat in all the way around the top. Okay, so I'm back to where I started now. So I'm just going to pull this in nice and tight. Careful not to snap your yarn, but just evenly just pull that in. There we go. And then you can just place a few stitches in the top of there to keep it together. Just stitch around. So it's nice and closed. There we go. And once you are happy that that's all nice and tight, you can weave this end in, just knot that through, and we'll come back to that and weave in, because now we're going to turn it inside out and see what we have created. Oh, it's looking so cute. So it's just a few things left to do. You can, if you choose to, you can now add your pom-pom and any other embellishments that you want to add. Okay, so now I have attached my pom-pom to the top of my beanie hat. You can buy these off Amazon, they're really cheap. They're all different to attach, but just stitch that on. I've also added my little label on the bottom there. But that was just a joy to make. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you on the next video.